Myrtle Beach is heading into 2026 as a cooler, more balanced market, which is actually good news if you're planning to buy. As your relocation realtor, Diana wants you to see both the opportunities and the risks so you walk in confident, not guessing. Where the market stands now going into late 2025, Myrtle Beach home values have pulled back a bit after the big run-up of the pandemic years, with several data sources showing prices down roughly 3 or 4% year over year. Inventory has climbed to some of the highest levels since the mid-2010s, and homes are sitting on the market longer, which naturally shifts more leverage to buyers. At the same time, inbound migration, tourism, and relocation demand, especially from the Northeast and Midwest, are still strong, which helps prevent a true crash scenario. 2026 outlook. Most forecasts for 2026 point to a cool to steady market rather than another boom. Several analysts expect Myrtle Beach home values to either dip slightly or move sideways through 2026, with only modest appreciation at best. Nationally, 30-year mortgage rates are expected to hover in the mid-6% range in 2026, which keeps monthly payments higher than pre-2020 but more manageable than the peak rate days. Put simply, 2026 is shaping up to be a year where patient buyers can negotiate, not a year where you have to bid tens of thousands over asking on day one. Why this favors thoughtful buyers? From a relocation standpoint, this environment gives you 3 big advantages. First, more inventory and slower sales mean you have options. You're not forced into the first house you see just to win. Second, sellers are already cutting prices more often, with some reports showing price reductions on over a quarter of listings, which opens the door for closing cost help, rate buydowns, and repair credits. Third, because demand is softer, you can focus more on getting the right neighborhood, school zone, commute, or rental potential instead of simply chasing whatever is left on the market. Areas and property types to watch. Not every part of Myrtle Beach will behave the same in 2026. Condo and resort-style properties are already leaning more toward a buyer's market, especially where investors overpaid during the boom and are now facing softer rental income or higher carrying costs. Suburban single-family homes in desirable school zones and master-planned communities are more likely to hold value, with only mild corrections, because that's where long-term end-user demand stays strongest. As your agent, the focus is on matching your goals, primary home, second home, or investment, to the specific micro-markets that are giving buyers the best combination of price and stability. What buying in 2026 will actually feel like. If you buy in 2026, expect more of a normal process than the frenetic 2021 and 2022 experience. We'll likely see homes taking several weeks or even a few months to sell on average, which gives us time for second showings, thorough inspections, and real negotiations. You should also be prepared for interest rates that may not be perfect but are workable, with the option to refinance later if they drop, rather than waiting for the impossible, perfect rate and missing good homes. The key is budgeting with today's payments in mind, then treating any future rate improvement as a bonus, not a requirement. Strategies Diana recommends for 2026 buyers. Here is how relocation clients can position themselves well in this market. Get pre-approved early and know your monthly comfort number, so we can reverse engineer price, taxes, and WA fees around that. Focus on value, not just sticker price. A slightly higher priced home in a stable community can outperform a deal in a weaker location over the next decade. Use the slower pace to your advantage. Ask for seller concessions, inspection repairs, or rate buydown credits. These are far more common in a cooling market. Think in 5 and 10-year terms. Forecasts suggest modest, steady growth rather than quick flips, so 2026 suits buyers who plan to stay or hold for a while. If you are interested in purchasing a new construction home in Charleston, Myrtle Beach, or surrounding areas, please contact Realtor Diana at 843-732-3321. She works with several builders who pay for her real estate agent fee, and there is no additional cost to use her services. A realistic, optimistic bottom line. Looking at the data and local trends, 2026 in Myrtle Beach is not a run for the hills year. It's a Buy smart and negotiate well. Year. Prices may wobble a bit, but long-term drivers, coastal lifestyle, relative affordability versus other beaches, and ongoing migration remain in place, which is exactly what you want behind a long-term purchase. As your relocation realtor, Diana helps you time your move, choose the right pocket of the market, and structure your offer so that 2026 becomes the year you look back on and say, "That's when we made the right move to Myrtle Beach."